Welcome back to Something Doesn't Make Sense. I'm Neil Basta with BastaCroop. This is the series where we look at real agency stories and uncover the financial numbers that explained what was really happening behind the scenes. In episode 1, we discovered revenue wasn't what the owner thought it was. In episode 2, we uncovered a client that looked profitable but wasn't. In episode 3, we found a business that was busy but barely profitable. In episode 4, we discovered a hidden labor problem. In episode 5, we learned how an agency accidentally grew itself broke. Today, we're talking about one of the hardest decisions every business owner eventually faces: hiring. More specifically, how do you know when you can actually afford the next person? Because here's the truth: most owners don't make hiring decisions with certainty. They make them with a mix of hope, instinct, and stress. And that's exactly what happened in today's story. Before we jump in, hit like, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment below. I want to know, have you ever delayed a hire because something just didn't feel right? Let me know. Now let's get into it. This agency was doing about $720,000 a year in revenue. The team had grown to 7 people. Clients were happy, referrals were coming in, the business looked healthy, but the owner had a problem. She desperately needed help. Specifically, she wanted to hire a project manager, someone who could take work off her plate and free her up to focus on growth. The problem? Every time she thought about making the hire, she got nervous. Not because she didn't need the person, because she wasn't sure she could afford them. So she delayed, then delayed again, and again. Months went by. The workload increased. The stress increased. The uncertainty stayed exactly the same. And eventually she admitted something important. She wasn't making a decision. She was avoiding one, because she didn't have the numbers she needed. That's when we got involved. And almost immediately 2 numbers stood out: labor budget and labor ROI. Now let's focus on labor budget, because that's the star of today's story. Labor budget is the maximum amount your business can safely spend on people. Not what you want to spend, not what feels right. What the business can actually support. Think of it like a speed limit. You can drive faster, but eventually there are consequences. The problem was that nobody had ever calculated her labor budget before. And when we finally did, the result was surprising. She was already over budget by roughly $38,000 per year. The hire she wanted wasn't the problem. The business was already carrying more labor costs than its economics could comfortably support. And that's why something felt wrong. Her instincts were picking up on a real issue. She just couldn't see it yet. So naturally we dug deeper, and what we found was fascinating. There were labor costs hiding in plain sight: contractors, recurring subcontractors, owner compensation, pieces of labor spending that weren't being viewed together as a complete picture. Once we assembled the full true labor number, everything became clearer. The business wasn't broken. It simply needed better visibility. Now here's the part I love. We didn't start cutting people. We didn't start panicking. We started planning. First, we established the labor budget ceiling. Then we reviewed labor costs line by line. One contractor relationship was restructured from a fixed monthly arrangement to project-based billing. That single change helped bring labor spending back inside a healthy range. Then we built something even more valuable: a hiring roadmap. Instead of asking, "Can I afford this hire today?" the owner could ask, "What revenue level makes this hire safe?" That's a completely different conversation. One is emotional, the other is strategic, and the results were dramatic. Labor ROI improved from 1.6 to 2.3. Pre-tax profit increased from 4% to 12%. 3 months later, she hired the project manager she'd been putting off. But this time the decision felt different. Because she wasn't guessing, she knew exactly what the business could support. And honestly, that's the lesson from today's episode. Most owners don't need more confidence. They need more clarity. Because confidence without numbers is just hope. Clarity creates better decisions, and better decisions create healthier businesses. Now, next week, we're looking at a problem almost every agency owner feels: that constant low-level anxiety, the feeling that one slow month could create a serious problem. One owner thought she had a spending problem. She thought she had a pricing problem. She even thought she might be bad at running a business. The real problem was something entirely different, and once she fixed it, everything changed. If you're enjoying Something Doesn't Make Sense, hit like, subscribe, and leave a comment below. Have you ever delayed a hire because you weren't sure you could afford it? I'm Neil Basta with BastaCroop, and I'll see you next time on Something Doesn't Make Sense.